Anybody that votes for this, I'm going to vote against you guys when it's time for your seats. We can't have people on here that don't listen to us.
Several residents sound off about a plan to pave dirt roads in the Hammock. Many argued paving the roads off Apache Drive and north of Malacompra Road in their rustic community would alter their way of life.
What's going to happen out there is going to be butchering our trees. Plus, we don't want to pave roads. This is our community. Y'all work for us.
I don't know why they want to pave them. What's behind this? It's flooded once in 100 years, from my understanding, so it's not in a flood zone.
The big draw is our way of life there. We do not want to lose it.
It would be a travesty if you go through with this and pave these roads.
Commissioner Donald O'Brien called this a public safety issue.
I heard some comments about none of the properties or some of the properties are not in a flood zone. That's not true. From Milwaukee all the way down to Malacompra, from First Avenue all the way over to Osceola, every single property is in AE zone except there's 5.5 properties that are not. Matthew is not a great example because it was a light storm. Okay, so this is a public safety issue from a standpoint of drainage.
Commissioner Greg Hansen says the project is quite extensive and beneficial.
We have bent over backwards to not remove any trees. There's one tree that has to go and it's half dead now. So not only are we going to have the drainage on Osceola and First Avenue, but we're building the retention pond and that's going to drain down Second Avenue to the Malacompra Canal. So this is a good system, and it's going to help.
And despite the fierce opposition, the commission voted 4-1 to approve the nearly $1.5 million project that will lead to some streets being paved. Commissioner Andy Dance cast a sole no vote. The plans exempt Cherokee and Seminole Avenues and most of Apache Street from being paved. The project is being paid for through state transportation funding. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
A suspected drug house in Bunnell has been shut down and boarded up. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley says deputies raided a home on the 2100 block of Avocado Boulevard Tuesday.
As we continue the investigation known as Operation Mestside Story, the Sheriff's SIU unit and SWAT team raided another West Side house, making multiple arrests and seizing methamphetamine, fentanyl, and an assortment of other drugs. Another poison peddler's business closed for business. They were taken to the Green Roof Inn where all poison peddlers belong.
3 people, James Donaldson, Monica Marzek, and Luther Thomas, all face drug charges. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Roadway improvements are happening around Belterre Parkway.
Replacement of the pedestrian bridge on Belterre Parkway just south of Buddy Taylor Middle School is underway, with demolition and replacement efforts being conducted by custom-built marine construction with oversight from the City of Palm Coast Stormwater and Engineering Department. Patrick Apollonia, Communications and Marketing for the City of Palm Coast.
Now what's going to happen with this bridge is they're going to be creating a 10-foot concrete pedestrian walkway in its place, and a swale is going to be constructed. Now what that's going to do is prevent erosion and washout from happening, which was previously happening with the bridge, which was compromising it.
In addition, contractors are asking all pedestrians and those traveling by car to be mindful of their surroundings while near the construction site and abiding by pedestrian traffic closure and detour signs. Completion is set for November. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Candidates vying for the District 4 seat on the Flagler School Board explain why you should vote for them in a forum hosted by WNZF and the Palm Coast Observer.
Challenger Christy Chong has 3 children in the Flagler County school system and says that parents are the greatest stakeholders in a child's success.
We've left it up to others for far too long, and it's time for us to stand up for our kids. As a mother, I believe our family comes first. Our children are the future, and that parents should have a say in their children's education choices. I understand the toll that COVID has had on families and our children's education and learning, and just how difficult it has been for our kids to get the proper education the past few years. So I'm here for my children, and I'm here for yours.
Incumbent Trevor Tucker says his board experience and deep community ties are among the reasons to re-elect him.
My wife went to school here. I went to school here. My father went to school here. My grandfather went to school here up till high school because Flagler County was so small, there wasn't enough kids in high school for a football team. I've been on the school board. I have experience. I've been there 12 years. I understand the policies. I understand the background. My degree is in accounting, so I really understand the financial side of the district. With that, I have children in school, and that's really what I'm there for, and for my family's future generations, because I hope that we're here for multiple years.
The entire candidate forum, along with other past candidate forums, can be streamed on the Flagler radio app. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
How did this year's lack of fireworks on Independence Day affect the businesses and the residents in Flagler Beach?
Oceanside Johnny says businesses needed them for business to be booming. But residents?
A lot of residents love the peace and quiet, but over the last few years, a lot more people wanted it. A lot of us residents, after the past few years, 80% of residents really wanted the fireworks. Businesses, we really wanted the fireworks because we rely on these special holiday weekends. We rely on 4th of July.
Johnny Lugerai said that since gas prices had gone up, he did notice that there were fewer customers than last year. He said that last year was an amazing year since everybody wanted to get out and go someplace. The Business Report is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 10, and it's on the Flagler radio app anytime you want to listen. Tomorrow, Amy talks about Johnny. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.